Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I'm from amandacrochets.com, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful thick and warm oatmeal scarf. The oatmeal scarf is made using extra bulky weight yarn, and it is absolutely perfect for the upcoming cold winter and fall seasons, and it's completely customizable, meaning you can always make the scarf wider or thinner, and you can make it as long as you would like. So the finished scarf is 8.5 inches wide by 58 inches long, and again you can customize this to be any width or length that you would like by adding the different multiples from the chain and just making the scarf as long as you would like. So the oatmeal scarf is made using this beautiful tweed yarn, and it's actually a wool blend yarn, but even though it has some wool in it, it's still very soft, and again it's very thick and nice and cozy for the upcoming colder months. So this scarf would make a perfect gift for somebody, or it would be nice if you wanted to just wear it yourself for the winter season. You can always change up the yarn and use different bulky weight yarn. You can always make it to match your coat. So it's very versatile, and it's a very easy beginner friendly stitch. All you need to know is how to make a chain and how to make a double crochet. So let's get started on how to make the oatmeal scarf. So for the oatmeal scarf, you're going to need 2 skeins of Lion brand yarn in the Wool Ease Thick and Quick, and I'm using the color oatmeal, which is where this scarf got its name. And this is a 6-ounce skein, or 170 grams. It's 106 yards or 97 meters. It is classified as a number 6 bulky weight yarn, and for the knitters out there, they recommend a US 13 or 9 millimeter knitting needle, and for the crocheters they recommend an N 9 millimeter crochet hook. This is machine washable and dryable, and it is 82% acrylic, 10% wool, 8% rayon, and it is made in Turkey. Now, even though this does have some wool in it, it's still very soft and you can't really feel the wool all that much. I would say you can feel more of the acrylic feel to it. So just keep that in mind. You can also use any other thick bulky weight yarn if you like. You can use different colors to make it a striped pattern. You could do whatever you like just to make it your own, but I'm going to stick with 2 of these skeins of the Lion brand Wool Ease Thick and Quick in the color oatmeal. And then you're also going to need a N size crochet hook. I'm using the N 10 millimeter Clover Moor hook, which is my favorite hook. You're also going to need a pair of scissors and a tapestry needle. So let's begin with today's tutorial. So to make the oatmeal scarf, you're going to go ahead and chain 16. However, if you want to make it bigger or smaller, you just want to make any multiple of 2. Now, because you are using a bulky weight yarn, your scarf is going to be pretty big already after just making 16 chains. So you want to keep that in mind too. So to make a chain, you're going to do yarn over your hook and pull through that loop on your hook. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's your 16 chains. So after you have your chains of either 16 like I have here, or any multiple of 2, you are going to make 2 double crochets in the 4th chain from your hook. So that loop on your hook does not count. You're going to count 4 chains from your hook. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in that 4th chain, you're going to make 2 double crochets. So to make a double crochet, you're going to do yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that fourth chain from your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops, and that is your double crochet. And then that chain 3 that you skipped will also become a double crochet, but it won't be used for the V-stitch that we're going to be making today. That's just going to be a double crochet on the side of your scarf that's going to help keep things in balance. So you want to make one more double crochet in that same chain. So again, yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that same chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and that starts your V-stitch. You're going to skip the next chain, and the chain after that you're going to make 2 double crochets. So it might be a little bit hard with this type of yarn, but it also might be a little bit easy because it's bulky weight yarn. But you want to just pull it apart a little bit, and you can see that you already worked into this chain. So you're going to skip this chain in the chain after that. That's where you're going to make your 2 double crochets. And this is a very easy beginner friendly pattern, as it's just a repeat of basically the same thing. So once we get to row 2, it will be a repeat of that row over and over again. Alright, so to finish row 1, you're going to repeat this over until you get to the last chain, and you're going to skip the next chain, and you're going to make 2 double crochets into that last chain. So again, skip this next chain, and in the chain after that, 2 double crochets, skip this next chain and make 2 double crochets after that, skip this next chain and make 2 double crochets in that next chain, skip that next chain, and in the chain after that you're going to make 2 double crochets, okay, and when you get to the end you should have 2 chains left. You're going to skip 1 chain, and in the final chain you're going to make 1 double crochet. So like I said, that chain 3 at the beginning counts as a double crochet, and at the end you want to make 1 double crochet to even everything out and keep your ends straight. Okay, so that is what row 1 looks like. So to go on to row 2, you're going to chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3, and your chain 3 will count as that double crochet at the end. So you have that double crochet here from the first row. This is going to count as your double crochet from row 2 and beyond. So next you're going to make 2 double crochets between the 2 double crochets from the previous row. So here's your 2 double crochets right here, and right in between right here is where you're going to make your next 2 double crochets. And once you do that, it'll kind of separate these 2 stitches and it will form a V-stitch. So right in between, so normally you would go in the top of that stitch, but for this you're going to go right underneath into that space, and that's where you're going to make your double crochets. So remember, you're going to make 2 double crochets in that space. And just like that. Okay, so let me show you that again. So you're going to find your next 2 double crochets, which is right here, and you're going to insert your hook underneath that stitch, and you're going to go in between the double crochets in that space, and you're going to make 2 double crochets. Now there are different variations of how to make the V-stitch. This is just one variation. Some variations call for a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and I recently just made a baby blanket called the Blossom Baby Blanket where I did a double V-stitch. So I will go ahead and link that below just in case you're interested in checking out another variation of the Easy V-stitch. Okay, so you just want to repeat this all the way down. So again, you want to find your 2 double crochets and you want to make 2 double crochets in between the 2 double crochets from your previous row. And you just want to repeat that all the way down like I said. This is a very easy stitch because all you need to know is how to double crochet. And like I said, you can use any bulky weight yarn that you would like. I'm sure the colors that you choose would be very pretty. But I just wanted to do something a little bit neutral, and I fell in love with this color, so I knew I wanted to make something with it. Okay, now that you're coming up on the end of your row, you want to find that chain space, the chain 3 from the beginning, and you want to count up 3, so 1, 2, and 3. And you want to make 1 double crochet in the top of that chain 3. Alright, so as you can see with this bulky weight yarn, your work is growing fast already. So you just want to continue row 2 over and over until you run out of yarn, and you want to make sure your scarf measures about 58 inches. However, you can always make it shorter or longer. It depends on what you would like. But I just wanted to make it as long as I possibly could for more warmth around my neck. So again, just repeat row 2 over and over again until your desired length or 58 inches. And I will meet up with you at the end. Alright, so I just wanted to jump on really fast just to show you how to change skeins of yarn. So I'm going to take my double crochet out, and this is just the final part. So if I were to finish the double crochet, I would yarn over and pull through 2 loops, but I'm not going to do that. So I have a pretty decent sized tail, and I like to have a little bit of a longer tail for thicker yarns just because it's a little bit easier for the yarn to come apart if you have a shorter tail. But to introduce a new skein, you're going to leave a little bit of a tail again, maybe about 3 or 4 inches. You're simply going to lay it right over your crochet hook and pull through with that new skein. This is the same thing if you were changing colors. It would be pretty much the same concept, and then all you would do is yarn over with that new skein and continue with your scarf. So 2 double crochets in between the 2 double crochets from the previous row. Oops. And we're about halfway done now because I finished the 1 skein, and I am working on the final skein. And you just want to crochet your scarf until you run out of yarn, and then once you run out of yarn, I will show you how to weave in your ends and your scarf will be complete. So just go ahead and continue making the scarf as before with 2 double crochets in between the 2 double crochets from the previous row until you run out of yarn. Okay, so I'm coming up on the end of my scarf. I only have a little bit left. So to finish, I am just going to simply yarn over my hook and pull through all the way and then just tighten that. And that will kind of secure it. And then you're just going to get a large blunt needle. So you want to have a needle with a large eye because this is a thicker yarn, and you want to be able to put that in your tapestry needle. Now I kind of twist mine a little bit. There's different ways, but because this is a really thick yarn, it's a little bit difficult to put inside your tapestry needle. But I found if I twisted it a little bit, it ends up working out just nicely. So because it's a thick yarn, you want to kind of go back and forth in your work a little bit, which is why I suggest having a little bit of a longer tail. And I simply just weave it in between, and I go through a couple of stitches just like that. And you really want to just take your time with it, and then you want to just pull the tail through. Now you don't want to pull it super tight because then it would kind of ruin your work a little bit, but just pull it so it's all the way in, and then just go in the opposite direction. Just like that. And then I like to go one more time in the other direction, because I always think that you can't have your work go in 3 different directions at once, or your tail going 3 different directions at once and it come undone. So I like to do back and forth 3 different times, so that way it really is secure. And then once you have that, you can just simply cut your yarn end, and that's it. So you want to do that for the other couple of tails that you have, but this is a nice thick scarf that is perfect for the upcoming fall and winter months, especially when it gets below 0. It's nice and thick to keep you extra cozy warm. And again, you can play up the sizing of this blanket, so if you prefer a smaller scarf, then just do less chains. And if you want something even wider than this, you can definitely do that as well. And I used up the full 2 skeins as I mentioned, but you can always add another skein or 2 if you so choose. So again, thank you for joining me on today's tutorial on how to make the oatmeal scarf. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like, comment, and subscribe to see all future videos by me. And if there's ever a video that you would like me to make, please leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I will try my hardest to get to that video for you. Alright everybody, have a great day. Bye.